ladies and gentlemen. It is the Third and Long podcast, and my name is Ollie. I am joined by Ollie. We are without Phil and Shane tonight due to various reasons. We start this show on very somber news upon hearing the news of last week that three Virginia Cavaliers footballers were murdered by one of their former teammates. We lost Laval Davis Jr., Deshaun Perry, and Devlin Chandler. Our thoughts and prayers are with the friends and family and the teammates of the three comrades they have lost.
Yeah, it's absolutely shocking news, isn't it?
Mr. Hope, how have you been, sir?
Yes, I've not been too bad. Still reveling in the 6-2 win of England earlier today. As you can see, wearing your England shirt.
Oh, yes. had to have it on.
I'm pretty sure the country's economy probably gone to a standstill for about 2 hours at 1 o'clock today.
I have a big feeling that they probably have, yes.
Pubs the only thing making money.
Yeah.
But yes, it was a good day of NFL tonight. I'm hopeful for the 49ers game tonight, although I will not be watching it. And yeah, there were some interesting results. And a very poor performance from the New England Patriots.
I'll get to that when we get to that game, I think.
No, you can't sit here and tell me you played well last night.
I will get to that when I get to that game. So yeah, we will start with Thursday night football. Tennessee roll on to what is now 7-2.
Derrick Henry with the jump pass.
Oh, I love it. That's the second time I've seen him do that. It is absolutely
second time he's done it
insane.
this season, isn't it?
I don't think he's done it twice this season. I think that's the first time this season. What amazed me about this game is Aaron Rodgers looked like Zach Wilson. Was throwing nowhere near his receivers. It was ridiculous. He was overthrowing players. He was underthrowing them. He was missing their routes. I don't know if it was him just going, oh well, never mind. See, I need better receivers. But yeah. It was ridiculous. It was really poor from them.
Yeah. I'm surprised Green Bay haven't gone and got a veteran receiver who's, still a free agent, not maybe Odell Beckham, but there's still some people out there that you might be able to convince to come.
I don't think there is. I reckon they're looking at Aaron Rodgers and thinking it's a bit toxic down there, isn't it? Or up there in the very cold Lambeau. I wouldn't want to go there for someone. I'd rather go to blooming Texans than bloody Green Bay, but that's just me.
If Green Bay is your only offer.
Yeah, that's true. It is say something though. Rushing yards.
Will Fuller will come out of retirement, I reckon.
Yes, he officially announced it. Rushing yards. There was a grand total of 144. Derrick Henry had 87 rushing yards.
Yeah, it wasn't a great ground game, really, was it?
It wasn't that brilliant in the air. I mean, 333 for Ryan Tannehill, and Aaron Rodgers 227. 4 touchdowns.
300 is a good game for Tannehill. 300 yards is still a good game.
Yeah, it is a good game, but it's not brilliant. I mean, Traylon Burks has had his breakout game.
Yes.
It was 111 yards. I thought he had a couple of touchdowns, but it must be Austin Hooper.
Watson followed up a 100-yard game with another 100-yard game.
Yeah, he had a couple. He had 48 yards in total, but he has a couple more touchdowns, so he's now 5-2 games.
I had in my head that he got 100 yards.
No, unfortunately. So that's now 5-2 games for him. He is looking like that quarterback or the wide receiver they've traded up for. He's starting to look like a proper player now, which is good to see. I mean,
Green Bay. Does this put Green Bay out of the playoffs?
They are still in the playoffs of 4 and 7.
Yeah, but I
Um,
mean, do you think they can make the playoffs from here? Is my question.
Honestly, no. I can't see them winning it. I mean, they've got Eagles on uh, Monday
Some,
morning,
yeah,
next Monday, Sunday night football. Then they got Bears, Rams, Dolphins, Vikings, and Lions. Lions are on fire at the minute,
yeah.
so I wouldn't push it past them.
I say we officially stick a fork in Green Bay for this season and say their season's dead.
Yeah, I mean they're mathematically not out, but effectively they are out. And I know there's a certain former host that would absolutely love that, but I think they aren't officially dead. I mean, there's probably 4 games that are guaranteed going to lose. Then, yeah, 3 or 4 games out of the next 6 they're going to lose. Or 7 they're going to lose. They've got a really tricky run in, and I wouldn't like to see them get any further than they are now. Sunday night games. We will start at Chicago or Atlanta, even. Sorry.
I felt I felt sorry for Justin Fields because he's trying. He's really trying. He's running like a bit like Kyler Murray, but a chicken with a head because he seems to know what he's doing.
Chicken with a head.
But we call
Yeah,
Kyler Murray the headless chicken, and he's running as much as Kyler, but doing it well.
he's a poor man's version of Patrick Mahomes.
I think I said
I
Lamar
reckon.
Jackson then, but
No, Lamar Jackson is blatantly a running back as disguised as a quarterback. But the one thing is he has picked up a bit of a shoulder injury.
yes.
And they are saying it is day to day. But yeah, unlike a certain tight end for Atlanta who is out for the
Yes,
season
I
with a
know
torn
that
MCL.
that ruins my fantasy football. Then again, he wasn't
That's
picking up many yards because Mariota didn't throw in the ball.
no. Talk about many yards. Cordell Patterson, 103-yard kickoff return or kick return.
Yes, taking it to the
Wow.
house.
The annoying thing is that in my fantasy league you do not get points for kickoff returns.
Yeah,
And that would annoy me because that means I would have won that fantasy matchup and I lost it because of that.
is that the same league that Noah's going top of?
No, this is a different league. But yeah, my 10-year-old son is beating us all us veterans and going to go top. He's now 11, not even 10. He was 11 on Thursday. Wow. I was expecting the Bears to win this. They looked like the team that they should have gone out and won this.
Yeah, but I mean,
especially the last couple of weeks.
But like I said, the Falcons are surprising everyone this season.
They're 5-6. They're 4-2 at home. It's that NFC South is anyone's.
Yes. Well, it's not the Panthers.
Well, yeah, apart from the Panthers, but they haven't got to play the Panthers anymore. They've played them twice. So they've got the Commanders, Steelers, Saints, Ravens, Cards, and Bucks. I can see them beating Buccaneers. I can see them beating the Ravens. No, probably not the Ravens, actually. The Saints, the Steelers, and probably even the Cards at the moment.
Yeah, the Cardinals aren't great.
No.
I mean, Niners are a 10-point favorite tonight.
Yeah.
They are
5-6. They are behind Tampa, who's got a 500 record at the moment, and they are game clear of New Orleans Saints, who's on 4-7. They are. Whoever's going to come out of this division is going to need to win the division to hit the playoffs because there's no one else going to make that one out. It is getting a bit tight, squeaky bum time for that division now.
Yeah.
But yeah, is looking good for the Falcons. I wouldn't be surprised if they go out and win that division.
Like I said, if they make the playoffs, Arthur Smith deserves Coach of the Year no matter what.
Oh yeah, all day long, all day long, all day long. Let's go to Detroit, or should I say Buffalo hosting in Detroit?
Okay, I thought we were going to go to the Detroit game.
I've been loving the social media going on between Buffalo and Detroit.
Yeah, that was good.
Please, the keys are here. The numbers are by the phone. Please don't break any tables. And then the the
So
graffiti they did on there on
I
there as
hope you
well.
don't mind we redecorated it.
Yeah, as long as it goes back to as it was, we're fine. Yeah, it's brilliant.
The
Uh,
weird thing is, Buffalo are going back to Buffalo for a couple of days and then back to Detroit for Thursday.
yeah, I mean, obviously they've got to go back for the train. They've obviously not brought all their training stuff with them,
Yeah.
so it does make sense.
And also, did you know that last week Buffalo took the away changing room, the away locker room, and the away sideline?
Probably to get used to it for next week.
Yeah, that's what they did.
Yeah, very, very much so. Um, I do like Cleveland never went away.
Yeah,
I mean, Jacoby Set was 28 from 41 for 324 yards with 3 touchdowns, 116 QBR rating. He is got an outside chance for player of the week for me.
I mean,
Josh Allen,
Josh Allen didn't have a great game, really, did he?
he's had 2 bad games on the bounce now. He
Yeah.
didn't look brilliant against Minnesota.
Do we want to use the S word? Is he in a slump?
I would say possibly. I mean, they compared a lot, and I'm going to use this analogy later on. LA Rams last year in November time lost 3 games, and they still made the Super Bowl. There
They
is
won the
another
Super
team.
Bowl.
Yeah, they won the Super Bowl. There is another team that's in a slump at the moment, which we'll talk about later on. Um, interesting thing is, so obviously Stephon Diggs wasn't happy. He wasn't getting any targets at all.
And then the next drive, he scores a touchdown.
He goes over. Sean McDermott put his arm around him, said, "Don't worry, we're going to be okay. We're going to sort this." Blah, whatever he said to him. Next drive, catches a touchdown reception. Has 5 targets, 4 catches, and where is he? 48 yards and a touchdown, longest of 21.
Yeah,
Gabe
but that
Davis had a good game. Dawson Knox had a good game, mind you.
if you're not getting targeted, that's how you rectify it. What you don't do is take your pads off and run off the field.
Yeah, you could tell he was getting annoyed
Yeah,
that he wasn't. There was a couple of times he was wide open and he was like, "Why aren't you passing the bloody ball?"
yeah,
It's. I'm going to say ever since Josh Allen's had that injury against Jets, he's not played the same the last 2 weeks. I
yeah.
think that
Well,
might play on his mind.
hopefully he'll get fit. I mean, they have a short week this week, but week after,
I don't. You can stay like that for a couple of weeks, please. But yeah,
yeah,
Cleveland are. They just didn't want to go away. And if I was Cleveland, I would be seriously looking going Jacoby Brissett. He's playing fairly well.
yeah,
Do we really want to put someone in who hasn't played for nearly 2 years? And in pre-season, he looks shocking.
yeah. But they will, won't they? Because they've given him 230 guaranteed.
Yeah, first snap breaks his leg. Never wish anyone's injuring anyone. Amari Cooper had a great game though.
Yes.
8 from 12 targets, 113 yards and 2 touchdowns. He is finding his feet in Cleveland. It's taken him 10 games.
Yeah, but
He's starting to find his
he's
feet.
starting to look like the wide receiver they traded for.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely are. And they are getting there, Like I said, they're, apart from a couple of games, they're not getting really blown out. They are staying within 1 or 2 scores.
Yes.
So, yeah, they are playing really, really well. On to Philadelphia, who almost got schooled.
I wanted to see Jeff Saturday win. I wanted to see Jeff Saturday win.
His face, though, it was literally when that touchdown went in, it's just like, oh. But Jalen Hurts didn't run as much this time. He only went for 86 yards this time. Or 86 yards. Only 86
Only.
yards. He is definitely, I think, the favourite for MVP.
Yes, I definitely agree with that.
I was thinking before this that Philadelphia Eagles are probably going to be this year's Cardinals. When they went 8-0 and then they started losing games and they had a real end to the point of the season, only just made the playoffs.
Yeah, and then got blown out by the Rams in the wild card.
Yeah, but I think this win might just turn that around. Might stop that
Yeah,
You
good
know,
team actually. You know,
they were shocky against Cardinals, and they were, um,
but they won.
but they won. No, they lost to the Cardinals.
No, they lost to the Commanders.
Commanders, sorry, that's what I meant. They were shocking to the Commanders, but lost. And then they would look like they're going to go, oh, they're two on the bounce now. This is going to be this typical November slump that everyone seems to have when you're going so well. It's November that hits you. But then they've grinded out that win. They've got a couple of their schedule's fairly easy. They've gone to Green Bay now. Then they got Tennessee, New York, Chicago, Cowboys, Saints, and New York again. New York Giants, that is. I expect them to win probably 4 of those games.
4 or 5, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be massive. The 2 New York games and the Cowboys game is going to be huge for them.
Yeah, it's all about that division.
Yeah, I mean that division has won more games than any other division in the league at the moment,
Yeah,
and it is playing really well, and it's a very
which
very
is
strong
weird
division.
considering last year was the NFC least,
Yeah, it's
and now
mad.
it's the
All
NFC most.
all teams are over 500. Washington
Yes,
at 6-5 as well now
somehow.
somehow, but they're there. They're there. They are playing really really well, which is wonderful to see. Let's go to.
Let's
Oh,
go
do
to
we have
New
to go?
England.
Do we have to?
Yes, you won.
Yeah,
Be happy.
I'm happy that we won. Zach Wilson was incredibly poor, and
Mac Jones wasn't much better.
his defense kept him in the game. His defense was superb. He
There was
didn't have
no
the
offense. There was no offense in this game at all.
there was no offensive lines. Both offensive lines were like turnstiles. They're going for 3. It was really really poor. Max still threw for 246 yards, but when your offense in the second half, your plays equal 2.5 inches on average.
Oh, I was about to come out with that stat.
Sorry,
Two
my
point
game.
seven seven inches per play.
It's poor. They were what New York were really really poor.
I
Zach
mean, I
Wilson was literally overthrowing one. I know that it was those gustings up to 28 miles an hour, but it didn't seem to affect Mac. It affected the punters a lot, the kickers a lot. Either
I
way,
like that Greg Zerline banana kick was good.
twice
Yeah.
because
I
he got a
mean,
penalty and it went back 5 yards and it went both
I mean,
times.
I can't say much about this game because it was like never on game on redzone because nothing happened.
A bit like the Ravens game.
Yeah,
um, but it was two good defenses. I mean, New York were the 7th best defense going in this, and we're in the top 5. I can't remember exactly where we are, but yeah, it's
Judon got a few more Saccaroonies, didn't he?
two. You got 2 more, which takes into 13.5.
From now on, we're going to call them Saccaroonies.
Saccaroonies. Oh, because of the video I sent earlier.
Yeah,
Nick Bosa mic'd up. Love that. Yeah, it was a really really poor offensive game. Neither team could really get the rush game going, which poured. I mean, New York had 59 yards in total. We only had 99 in total. I am going to have a go at this, though. Yes, we lost David Andrews very early. Yes, we lost our starting right tackle, who is useless anyway.
is
We had
that
him.
win?
Yes. But our O line was so. I think two plays I can remember off the top of my head. Mac probably had over about 3 or 4 seconds in the pocket. The rest he had less than 2. It was literally like a turnstile. Yeah, come on through. It was like, yeah, we let everyone through.
Ollie, from this position,
Yeah.
you're bottom of the division, right?
No, we're not. We're 3rd.
Third. Do you think you can make the playoffs,
Yes.
even with a performance like that?
Even with the performance like that, because the dark side of the ball and special teams are playing lights out. If Mac plays like that for the rest of the season, he doesn't turn the ball over, doesn't make silly throws, he's sorted that part of his game out. The O-line needs to get stronger. The O-line needs to get so much better. and the play calling needs to get so much better. It's like run, run, run. No, no, we're not going to pass anymore now. We're 3rd and 9. Oh, let's run the ball straight into an O line. It's like straight into like 10 players. He's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
It's bad play calling. It's what you get when you get two defensive minded play callers calling offensive calling. Mac has regressed because of this play calling we're getting. He's really poor.
Marcus regressed because he's not as good as people thought he was.
He is. His time in the pocket is less this year. He has 6 sacks this year less than he did last year. And mind you, he's only played 7 games compared to the 17 he played last year. He's had 6 sacks less. He's not getting the time. They are rushing him. That O line is literally a turnstile, and I'll keep saying that. They really need to sort that out. Buffalo in a couple of weeks will muller us. There is a couple of really good. We've got. I don't expect. Probably Max Crosby could have a bit of fun with us. Dolphins will kill us. We got Buffalo twice, and they are gonna absolutely kill us in the rushing us. Our O line needs to get so much better. There's no one worrying about the Vikings anymore. I'm not worried about Cardinals. I'm not worried about the Raiders. Bengals could be a shootout.
I think the Vikings will beat you.
The Bengals, I think, is going to be who gets sacked less. Which quarterback gets sacked less? I think that is going to be. And if we can hold up our O line, can hold up, give Mac the time, I think he'll be getting there. And Marcus Jones, wow, 84-yard punt return is up on my little screen now as I'm watching it. And
only exciting play of the game.
I was upstairs, and Kelly said to me, "If you wake up my daughter, you're putting her back to sleep." But yeah, New York. I think Zach Wilson, you are going to lose the change room if you're going to keep making comments like that. So if you haven't heard, he's gone to the press. The reporter's gone. So, do you think you need to apologise to your defence for letting them down or not playing well? And the reporter hadn't even finished his sentence, and Zach just went no, straight no. And it's like, no, you don't say that. He said, yeah, okay, I could have played better. There's things we could have done better. Blah blah blah. You put a load of spiel on it. You just don't go no. Yeah. Take some responsibility. If Max said that,
at least you say no. We win as a team, we lose as a team, but just straight no.
Yeah, he didn't even say that. It was no, no, and that is so poor.
Yeah.
Robert Saleh saying we're going to keep him no matter what. Carl Brandt saying on Good Morning Football he needs to be benched. Obviously Carl Brandt spends his time in New York. He knows what the New York is like, and if they're saying that he needs to be benched, you're going to lose your dressing room. The O-line just going to go kill him. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Enough of that one. Shall we go to LA or New Orleans? Sorry.
Yeah, let's go to this game.
Matt Stafford, 2 concussions in 2 games.
Yeah, not good.
No.
It's a should he have played this week thing again, isn't it?
I think the NFL needs to put a new rule in this. So I was watching the England match earlier on today, and they mentioned that concussion protocol 10 days. You can't do anything for 10 days no matter what. Yeah. I think the NFL needs to put something like that in.
Yeah.
Because literally, it's fine. Just clear concussion protocols. We both watched All American, the guy who faked concussion protocols.
Which one's that?
The quarterback.
Jordan. Yeah,
Jordan, that's it.
Jordan, yeah.
He, so you should take that risk out of it. Going right, you can't be on the training field for 10 days after concussion. So you miss a week, takes you to Wednesday when most teams are back on a Wednesday after a Sunday night game if they got a normal week.
Yeah.
Um, takes the risk out, because two concussions, 2 games is serious injury. We've seen Tua earlier in the season had a back injury and a concussion in week after week.
Yeah,
They need to do something about it. It's something needs to change to protect these players, and that
I
has to
agree.
happen. But Bryce Perkins didn't play too bad. 5 from 10, 64 yards. QBR rating is 70. He's their third string because Jack Wolfenden was also out with a concussion.
Yeah, but I
Um,
mean, Olave had another game.
Olave is 102 yards for a touchdown.
Yeah, what's happened to Jalen Ramsey?
I have. It's almost like he's got that ring now and he doesn't care anymore.
Yeah,
That's what it seems like. But what's happened to that defense as a whole? Because
yeah,
you've got the defensive player of the year, defensive player of all time.
yeah. But you forget he's there most of the time.
Yeah, yesterday he had 4 tackles, uh, and one QBR hit, one QB hit.
Like,
That isn't.
Was Von Miller that much of a loss?
He must have been. I mean, look at the Bills. Their Bills have been brilliant. They've gone across the line. Everyone's getting it now. Bobby Wagner is a great player, but Bobby Wagner isn't Von Miller.
Bobby Wagner is also very old.
Exactly, very odd. I mean, he still had 11 tackles
I
yesterday. He was
mean,
their
don't get
best
me wrong.
defensive player.
I think Bobby Wagner is a great player, but he is not as good as he was.
You know, they got to the quarterback 4 times. Both quarterbacks got sacked a total of 4 times in New Orleans. Yet the Saints got to the QB 4 times also for LA Rams.
Torres, yeah.
But it's not. Yeah, it was just 2 poor teams trying to play out the season now. I think
Yeah.
it was yesterday, and you're going to get a few of these fixtures.
Cup won't come back this season.
No, Cup season's done. It's 6 to 8 weeks, isn't it? Even if it's 6 weeks, he's going to be back at week 17, week 18. Why risk him?
Yeah.
Just go and have an early holiday. Go and get yourself fit for next year, and then go again. There's no point doing it this year. It is absolutely shocking. That's another thing that needs to be looked at. That turf is playing a lot of injuries, and MetLife is being changed, isn't it, as well soon?
Yeah, but it's still
Yes,
being
yes.
changed to artificial grass, which still seems, in my eyes, as turf.
Yeah, it's the different type of artificial is meant to give you more give. It's meant to be more natural. I don't know.
Okay.
Apparently.
I'm not a turf expert. I just know they need to be banned.
Oh yes. Detroit have now won 3 on the bounce.
Yes, every time I see a Dan Campbell locker room speech after they've won, I feel like I want to run through a brick wall or something.
Every time I see a Dan Campbell speech, I want to run through a brick wall.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, at the moment, they've probably got the best 2 running backs in the league.
I disagree.
With DeAndre Swift and yeah, of course you will. I know you were going to say.
With DeAndre Swift, I'm not going to say Christian McCaffrey.
It's either going to be an NFC West team or an AFC East team.
No.
Okay. I'm going to say.
I'm going to say Nick Chubb.
Yeah, but what are Kareem? I mean, Kareem Hunt's gone. But these 2 at the moment: Jamal Williams, 3 touchdowns yesterday. DeAndre Swift, another touchdown as well.
As a 1-2 punch, yes. But
that's what I mean.
Yeah, you said the best 2 running backs in the league.
Oh, and that's what I meant as a 1-2 punch, as in those 2. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, I think the Niners rival that, but.
Yeah, of course. They managed to keep Barkley quiet, which I think how they won this game. He had 22 yards on the ground, and he didn't have any. Well, he had 13 yards for the air. He had 2 receptions. Daniel Jones managed to drag them back into the game. He had 50 yards on the ground, running himself.
Yeah, Daniel James, this game messed up my bet, first
off. We said this last week. We're going to say it again this week. Is Daniel Jones worth his contract extension?
Yes, they need to pay him.
Yeah, most definitely. I think Jared Goff is doing enough to probably fend off this year's draft's quarterbacks.
No, I think there's enough quarterbacks in this draft, even if one has torn his ACL. The Detroit's first pick, they won't all be off the board.
Yeah, we'll mention about Hendon Hooker
because
on Wednesday night.
the Rams are nosediving.
Yes, most definitely are. At the moment, I did see it. Detroit are ninth pick and Jags are eighth to pick at the moment. It's mad. These two are like 1 and 2, and they're now coming at the top end of the tens. Amon-Ra St. Brown is coming back. He's looking to look really, really good again
Yes,
now. 7 receptions for 76 yards. Wonder
and
Robinson.
Jameson Williams' practice window has been opened today.
Oh, I love that. I'm looking forward to see this guy. He was electric for Alabama. He was really unlucky to tore his ACL in the final. Such a shame. It's going to be really good to see this guy back.
And Wandale
Really, really good.
Robinson has torn his ACL.
Yep. It's that MetLife Stadium, isn't it? It is a
Yeah,
shocking, shocking turf they got there. I don't know what it is.
I mean,
It's not.
look at the Niners a couple of seasons ago where we lost so many players when we had the Giants and then the Jets 2 weeks in a row.
Barkley had both of his injuries on that turf. Just
Yeah,
saying.
I mean, I'm great. I'm glad they're changing it, but they should be changing it to natural grass.
Yeah, it's an outdoor stadium for crying out loud. It's going to get
Yeah,
natural light. Yeah, it is. One thing I forgot to say about the Green Bay game. Well, I remember Amari Rogers has been cut or wavered. He rivaled Melvin Gordon for fumbles.
somebody else has been.
I think they've
We'll
just
get
had enough of his fumbles.
we'll get to Melvin Gordon.
Yes, so he's gone. Shano isn't with us because he's stuck on a bus somewhere, and I don't think he'll really want to talk about his game either. A bit like me.
Yeah, well, Baker Mayfield is just awful, isn't it? Let's just face it.
Baker Mayfield looks awkward. I don't know this. I was one of these people who are really like, oh, Baker Mayfield, he's going to be brilliant in this league. I was really up on Baker Mayfield. So much for the first probably 3 years of his NFL career, I drafted him in my fantasy team.
I mean,
No problem.
I always go back to when that draft happened.
Yep.
It was, and the quarterback I was really high on was a certain player that plays in Western New York,
Okay. Mr. Josh Allen.
Mr. Josh Allen. And the other guy I liked is a player I don't even know where he is now.
What's the name on him?
Josh Rosen.
Oh, where's he gone? Oh, the
Is
one
it
that had a face like thunder when he got picked at 10 or something stupid like that.
Is it the Falcons now?
I have no idea, actually. I'm going to Google that.
But I just always remember the year after that, the next draft, when Josh Rosen got traded. He got traded to Miami, and I was in Orlando.
Josh Rosen is a free agent currently.
And I was sat on a bus going from Animal Kingdom to Epcot. And there was this very loud American woman. And for the entire journey, she was going on and on about how Miami had just signed a gunslinger of a quarterback who could throw wherever he wanted, whenever he wanted. He was going to turn around the Miami franchise. Do you know how many games Josh Rosen played for Miami?
1, wasn't it?
0.
That was pre-season. Coming out of college, though, Josh Rosen does have a good arm. He is strong, and he did look like he had the materials to make it an NFL quarterback.
But yeah, I wasn't high on Baker. I wasn't that high on Darnold, but I was high on Josh
Allen. Mark Andrews was back. And Demarcus Robinson had a hell of a game. Look at the stats: 9 for 9, 128 yards. No touchdowns though. So
he's in the running for my player of the week.
Yeah, I look at those. Hell yeah, that was great. But this was another awkward game. It wasn't until the last quarter.
There wasn't a redzone.
Yeah, I have no idea. I know there was a couple of really good defensive plays on both sides of the ball. A couple of takeaways on both sides.
Brian Burns still looks like an absolute player.
I am surprised he stayed there, or he wasn't traded for.
Apparently they turned down 2 first-round picks for him.
Wow. He won't be there come September next season.
Do you not think?
No, he'll be
Yeah,
gone.
but apparently they were offered two first round picks for him and they turned it down.
Yeah, so Brian Burns had 5 tackles, 2 tackles for a loss, a sack, and a QBR hit or QB hit. He is having a good season, and he is a great player. And he's like one of these good players who always has double teamed. And the amount of times
Yeah,
Jude was held yesterday was ridiculous. Um, he's tied 10th overall for sacks. He's tied 150th for solo tackles, but he's had 50 throughout this season in a poor defense. He's
yeah,
carrying that defense. Him and CJ Henderson,
yes,
who's another one I really like in that defense as well. The secondary, CJ Henderson is a really good DB on that one as well.
yes, he's a very good player.
Very very good player. A second year pick. What's the last game? There is
Taylor
the
Heineke.
Washington Tyler Heineke.
Is
Um,
Wentz going to get his job back?
no, I don't think he is. Why is my screen frozen? That's a bit strange. I can't get the stats up. My screen's frozen. Oh, I tried again. But yeah, Tyler Heineke. I mean, they went what 24-0 up.
Yeah, I mean
Um,
they're playing a very poor Texans team.
they are playing very poor Texan teams. It looks like Davis Mills could be losing his starting role.
Yeah, well,
Carl Allen could be getting the nod very very soon.
I mean, if Davis Mills doesn't lose his job this season, he will next season.
Yeah, they'll be taking Stroud or Young or something like that, or even Levin over on the bottom, won't they? Uh, Damian Pierce, 8 yards on the
Oh,
ground.
yeah, I know, crazy. This is a good guy. This is their like bright spots, and in
Yeah,
Washington just shut him down. Just where aside Washington, if they don't open Chase Young's practice window by Wednesday, he can't play for the rest of the season.
they reckon week 12 he'll be back.
Yeah, but they need to open it on Wednesday.
Yeah, they will do. That's the plan was that, but he keeps having issues with it and his setbacks and things like that, so it's just a bit worrying.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm hoping they'll have Wentz starting by Christmas Eve when they play the Niners, but I don't think they will.
no, I mean Tyler Heineke's in for the season
Yeah,
unless he does something really, really, really stupid. He will. I mean, he only threw for 191 yards yesterday, and he rushed for 153. Uh, but yeah, he's not doing anything stupid.
no,
He's not turning the ball over. He's protecting the ball. He's making safe throws. Okay, it's not glamorous and all that, but he's got the fans on his side.
but Brian Robinson, Curtis Samuel, both playing very well.
Yeah, Johan Dotson was back now.
Yes,
Cam Sims was back as well. Antonio Gibson. They've got a
yeah.
very, very good offensive weapons.
And if Chase Young comes back healthy and how he was playing in his rookie season, they could have a very good defense too.
A very, very good defense. And you could even see 4 NFC East teams in the playoffs.
Yes.
I think the lowest is, I think Washington the lowest at 10th or 8th. Maybe something like that. I'll have a look in a minute. It is really, really good. It's nice to see these teams completely and utterly turned around. 2020, they were known as the NFC least. No team got over 500.
Yeah.
Washington scraped in by winning the division on
I think it
divisional
was
wins
six,
alone.
6 and 9, wasn't it?
Something stupid like that, yeah. That was the year that Dak went down and Zeke was having a hissy fit because his best mate wasn't playing. Yeah, I will talk more about the Cowboys in a minute, and I hope Tom's watching because I'm going to love that bit. Las Vegas, you had it
won.
in your hands, Denver.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson probably played the best that Russell Wilson's played in a Denver shirt.
Yes.
Melvin Gordon fumbled the ball again and now has been waived because of it.
Yeah, which is weird because Chase, just like Chase Edmonds has got injured,
Yeah.
they've waived Melvin Gordon. Who do they have left in that backfield?
Latavius Murray.
Yeah, but who else?
Latavius Murray.
Yeah, I'm assuming they're going to pick someone up.
Yeah.
So
Um,
like they can't trade for anyone, so they're gonna have to.
unless they anyone got in their practice squads, I am not sure off the top of my head. Let's have a look at what their depth chart is like at the moment. So yeah, they've got Marlon Mack
Oh yeah,
is
he can
he was
he,
inactive.
he can do a
Um,
job.
yeah, he can do a job there, can't he? They'll be right. Uh, but yeah, they just couldn't get that ball over the line.
No.
Denver, they were getting the ball down the field. They were moving the plays, making the plays. They just couldn't quite turn over, get those touchdowns there. Las Vegas's red zone defense was really, really good.
Yes, it was. Max Crosby played very well.
Max Crosby had a hell of a game. He
Yeah,
was uh, 6 tackles, 2 sacks, 2 tackles for loss, 3 quarterback hits. Uh, yeah, playing really, really well. I mean, those are pretty much done and dusted in the division in the playoffs now.
yeah.
But yeah, I want to have a big up for where is his name? Where's he gone? Can't
He's
remember who
very
it was now.
obviously a very memorable player, then, isn't
Yeah, he was. No, it wasn't on this game. It was another game. He was a Dallas kicker. For some reason, I
he?
get
Oh,
confused.
Trent Mayer.
Yeah, Devontae Adams, 7 for 141 yards, 2 touchdowns. Great game, really, really great game, and then gives away a stupid penalty for shouting at the ref.
Yeah.
Good job he doesn't play soccer because he would be sent off every week.
I
Because it
mean,
was. I mean,
they all scream at the ref now in
Greg
soccer.
Dolchich. That's the guy I was looking at.
But that's not the kicker for the
Yeah, but
Cowboys.
the guy I was looking for, his name was Greg Dolchich. Um, I like this guy's route running for a tight
He's
end.
good. He's
Very good tight, running. Reminds me of a Travis Kelsey. That kind of tight end route running. Easy for me to say. Um, yeah, gonna be interested to see if they can build that offense, give him a good O line, so he can develop that lad more because he's a rookie. It'd be good to see him do well in the league. Right. Let's roll on to. Let's go on to Dallas.
Minnesota obviously celebrated too hard last week.
Yeah, the chains were too much. I was surprised that both teams had all their starters out in the fourth quarter, the start of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that surprised me too. Actually, the game was done by about the second.
Oh, the game was done by about the 7th minute of the third quarter. You know, Minnesota scored 3 points, and Tony Pollard had a field day.
Yes,
Nearly 190 yards, two
yeah.
touchdowns.
I don't know if anyone's taking over Player of the Week, but if not, I want to.
That's the fourth player you've said you want this week.
No,
Um,
no. The rest are all catch of the weeks.
okay. No, you've said a couple more anyway. It doesn't matter.
No, I said they were in the
Um,
running.
Dak had a good game as well. 22 from 25 for 276 yards and 2 touchdowns. But he wasn't touched.
No, he wasn't.
No sacks, no hits. Unlike Kirk Cousins, who got sacked 7 times, he was hit 49 times.
Yeah, you know what? 49.
49 times he was hit.
49.
Yep. As it
Yeah,
says on the ESPN, 4-9.
he got me 1.2 points in fantasy.
Yeah, he had 105 yards.
Wow, like I know the Dallas kicker had a game because he got me 22 points in fantasy.
Yeah, he had me a load of points as well. He had
But
two. Right, I'm going to say he had two 60 yards. So there was a brilliant catch by CD Lamb, which put him kicking from bang on the halfway line. He kicked it, and then they reviewed it. So they put the 2 seconds back on the clock because it stood. So he had to make that same kick again. And this second time he put it through the middle and higher up. It was a better
yeah.
kick the second time round.
Just out of interest, did you see what happened in NBA the other day, which included 2 seconds?
Oh, what that 2 seconds in Denver
Yeah,
against Dallas?
yeah.
Yeah, brilliant.
Now, I know we called half time, but now we've got you out for the third quarter. We're going to actually play 2 seconds of the second quarter again.
And he scored from the halfway line.
Yeah,
Interesting thing, Denver lost by 1 point.
did they?
Yeah, so that effectively lost them by 1 point. You go into the halftime thinking you're 7 points up. Anyway, wrong sport, wrong shaped ball. Um, this is another. They have got a dynamic duo of running backs in Dallas.
Yeah,
They've gone
another
back to that.
another 1-2 punch.
So when Cooper Rush was there, there's their main quarterback. Cooper Rush was not throwing the ball as much as Dak was leading up to Dak's injury or last season. They were relying on Dak throwing it.
Now they're relying on the ground game.
They're relying on the ground game. I mean, the guys had 30 touches on the ground between the two of them, rushed for 122 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground, 4 touchdowns in total between the two of them. They were brilliant.
Yeah.
Dallas are making a run for playoffs, as they always do. And they've got a comfy run in. Okay, they've got New York, but they've got Colts, Texans,
Winnable,
Jags,
winnable.
Eagles,
Tough game.
Texans,
Winnable.
Titans, Commanders.
Titans is a tough game.
I reckon they've got 4 games there. That could
Yeah.
be one. But they are getting hot at the right time. Green Bay was a slump, I think, for them. Green Bay was a messy game for them.
Green Bay was a banana. Green Bay was like when you step on a banana peel in Mario Kart.
Yes. Whee! Let's talk about the inefficiency of Minnesota. And I so hope Tom's watching.
Jefferson went missing. Thielen went missing.
Missing.
Cook wasn't there.
KJ Obson went missing. TJ Hawkinson was missing. Dalvin Cook had 72 yards on the ground, so he was the only one really doing anything. But all credit due to Dallas when you hit the quarterback 49 times.
I think that must be wrong. That must be wrong.
That's got to be a hit. That's got to be a typo somewhere because there's no way did they have 49 plays.
Yeah.
Because it says he only had 23 attempts, and he handed the ball off. It could be, you know.
No, it must be a typo.
But yeah. I mean, his QBR rating was 64. He couldn't find his receivers. He wasn't given the time. I so hope that O-line turns up on Thursday night.
Yeah.
I've been having a little fun with our former Minnesota host, having a bit of banter with him today.
On Facebook.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't see it. I couldn't get involved.
Jude will have a field day against that offense. That O-line,
their O-line will sort themselves out for Thursday, I think.
Yeah, I'm more worried about our O-line than their O-line getting sorted out. They were inefficient. They lost. They're now 8-2. They may be on a slump, bit of a slump.
If your O-line and their O-line turns up, it could be a sack fest.
I mean, they've got us. Then they've got Jets, Lions, Colts, Giants, Green Bay, and Bears. They've got
tough running.
2 out of the next 3 games are tough. I don't think New York are going to cause them any issues. Indianapolis, don't worry about that.
I don't think New England are going to cause many issues, if I'm honest.
I'm being on the optimistic side of this. Indianapolis, I think Indianapolis are buried. New York give them troubles. Green Bay are buried. I think Green Bay, by the time Green Bay come and play them on New Year's Day, it will be Jordan Love at the helm.
Really?
I reckon Jordan Love will be at the helm because I think, right, we need to see what this kid's like. We need to give him 2 or 3 games to see what this kid's like to know whether we need to draft someone next year or not because Green Bay are going to be a top 10 pick at this rate.
Yeah.
Scary. I'm not convinced that Minnesota are dead and buried.
They're 8-2. They can't be dead and buried at 8-2.
No, I mean as in, I'm not dead on them. Still think will go far in the playoffs.
Yeah,
Possibly even to the Super Bowl. I don't think they'll win it anymore, because people will be watching that game tape now and realizing, okay, that's how we get to them. That's how we do it now.
yeah.
Um, we'll leave Sunday Night Football to Wednesday.
Yes, but we need to talk about the Steelers Bengals.
We will talk about that. I was just about to go on to that one, so we'll talk about the Steelers game.
TJ Watt is back.
TJ Watt is back. That pick, that catch, I still don't know how he got it.
No,
I've watched that catch about 7-8 times. I still don't know how he got it.
because
And Joe Burrows was like,
I had a pretty
how?
good catch of the week, and then I just went, no, I want that.
Yeah, pretty much straight away. And it was like, Joe Burrow's face is like, and
How
then
did
that
that happen?
slump hand on his knees is like, how has he done that? Kenny Pickett is starting to look like a good quarterback now.
Yeah, Kenny Pickett didn't look bad.
Bengals should have brushed these away a long time ago,
Yeah.
but it's Pittsburgh just didn't want to go away.
Yeah, they really didn't.
They played really, really well. Najee Harris, that hurdle that Najee Harris had, was a great hurdle as well. Finally playing like he played last season. He had 22 carries for 90 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Well, their backup, whose name is escaping me, got injured halfway through the game.
Steven Sims.
Yeah.
Joe Mixon looks like he's gone down with a concussion, but
Yeah.
Perriman, who I left on the bench,
Yeah, I saw
annoyingly,
that.
3 touchdowns with 52 yards. Oh,
It's,
cheers,
only,
mate.
it's the only thing that's given me a chance. And it's very
Oh, I've
slim
left
chance
him on
of
2
that.
benches then. I forgot about him on your bench. Yeah. Green, Kenny's going to be their quarterback. He's going to be a good quarterback for the next season. They will fix it.
Yeah.
That run of being in a winning record for Mike Tomlin, I think, is going to end this season.
It does look that way.
Okay, yes, they've got winnable against Colts. They've got winnable against Falcons. They got winnable against Panthers, and Raiders. But they've got Ravens twice in there.
Yeah.
Falcons aren't a pushover for them.
Apart from that pick, Burrows played okay. Apart from the picks he threw.
What, the one straight to TJ Watt?
Yeah, that one.
No one knows how he's still on. I mean, he still got sacked twice and he got hit 9 times. So he got hit less than Kenny did.
Yeah. More than Kenny did, you mean?
Yeah. No, he got less hit than Kenny.
How many times
Kenny got hit 16 times.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Kenny Pickett rolled out for a QB run. I was expecting to do his fake knee slide. He had open field behind him. He could have done it, but he stepped out of bounds. George Pickens.
Touchdown again.
I know we said this earlier in the season. Is going to be one of the best wide receivers in the league.
Yes.
Already.
I mean, the fact they traded Chase Claypool shows how high they are on him.
Yeah. Superb. Get another one to go alongside him on the other side. And that'll be good. I mean, they've got a good tight end in Pat Freiermuth.
Yeah.
I think that's how you pronounce it. So they need to get a couple of wide.
Najee Harris.
Yeah. They need a couple more QB, a couple more wideouts in that team. That offense will be really firing, I think, next season with Kenny at the helm.
Yes. I mean, you were really high on Pickett, weren't you?
Yeah, I mean, we did a draft preview on him. So yeah, it's really, really good.
We did a draft preview on him because you were so high on him.
Oh god, yeah, most definitely. Right. So we'll talk about Kansas and LA on Wednesday when we've watched it. Haven't had a chance to watch it properly yet, so we'll talk about that properly on Wednesday. Along with your lot who are playing in Mexico City tonight.
Yeah. 88% chance. Supposed to be 88% Niners.
Yeah, so according to the matchup predictor on ESPN, they are giving you 82.7%. Kyler Murray looks like he's going to be out tonight.
He is out, but DeAndre Hopkins is back.
Who's back? DeAndre
Hopkins.
Yeah.
I mean, Colt McCoy put us to the sword last year.
Colt McCoy is a very, very good backup and could easily be a bridge quarterback in this league.
Yes.
And no teams would worry. Teams would be looking, going, okay, we've got a quarterback here. I like players in that draft as a quarterback, but I'm not sold on them.
Yeah.
And he's that quarterback. I do like them. I do think you are going to win. I need your players not to have a field day though, so I can beat you in our fantasy.
Yeah. I
I
need I need 50 I need 48 points from two wide receivers and the running back.
Although I don't think Juwan Jennings is going to get a massive amount of points.
Jennings usually gets 8 or 9. So
Uh,
if the other two get 20, yeah, then
and in another fantasy league, I can't have George Kittle scoring a hat load as well.
oh, kids, yeah,
Like,
well,
like I said,
Kittle barely gets targeted. It's annoying.
I will see you winning, beating them. I don't think
I
it's going to be a massive blowout.
I don't want to say anything because usually when I tip a team, it doesn't go well for them. I
Oh
think I
mate,
got one- I think I
our
got
predictions this
one in
league
the
are
predictions. I
shocking.
think I got one.
Yeah, I got none. Shano got 2 and Phil got 2, but yeah, I got none. How bad is that? Um, yeah, it'll be San Fran by a score. I think it might even be whoever has the ball last. I think it'll be like Kansas last night. It'll be who has the ball last. I think it'll be a good game though. Mexico always have a brilliant atmosphere down there, no matter what
Yeah.
sport you have.
But it's meant to be very 49er heavy.
But yeah, Mexico fans are insane. I mean,
Yeah.
we've seen football, we've seen the Formula One down there. It's going to be insane.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, it has come to the end of our show. We are back on Wednesday night this week due to Thanksgiving's games. So we're going to be on a Wednesday night this week. This will be out on Spotify as per usual tomorrow at 8:30. Wednesdays will be out on Friday as per usual at 8:30 in the morning. Phil, hope you're feeling better and hopefully you'll be back on the show on Wednesday. Shane, hopefully you don't have any transport issues and you'll be back on time as well. Mr. Hope, thank you very much, and we will
Always a
see you
pleasure.
all on Wednesday. Stay safe, all.